Grand Rising, everybody. How are you today? I gotta hit start over there. How is everybody doing on this wonderful Tuesday? August the 24th. Can you believe it? How are you this morning? Good morning, Miss Kelly Jones, my beautiful sister in the house. Good morning, Gina. How are you today? Good morning, everybody. Let me know where you're from, how you doing, what you got in your brew today. Say hello. Let me know you're out there. Hello, Miss Michelle. It's so good to see you. Hi, hon. Welcome, welcome. Teddy Bear in the house. Okay, Teddy and Kelly, just FYI, I am still working. I'm going to Google it today on how to add you guys on there, because I do know there's a way, and I have done it in the past. So this is what's really interesting for me, is I can't find the button, but I will find it. So anyway, welcome. If you are new, welcome to the Morning Brew. I am Earth Angel Jamica. It is a blessing and an honor to have you here. This is the sacred space, place, and time where we set the intention to come together, elevate, nourish ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. We take an hour out of our day to focus on the art of self-care, coming within, learning who we are, understanding ourselves. And we are in week 3 of our 8-week series, where we really are diving in deep to who we are by learning more about our chakra system, how they work. We started out in the root chakra. Well, actually, we started out talking about all the chakras, which ones they were, and learning a few of the tools. Then last week we dove into our root chakra, and this week we're diving into the sacral chakra. So yesterday we talked a little bit about what those things can look like when they're imbalanced. If you weren't able to join us, go back and rewatch. If you're over in TikTok, you'll have to join us either over on the YouTube or the Facebook page. Either one of those has the previous videos up from the previous week, so you can always go back and rewatch. Check out what's going on, what we've been talking about, so you can catch up, know where we're at. Golden chai tea. Oh, that sounds yummy, Michelle. That sounds yummy. I have tea going this morning myself. I've got a hibiscus. It's actually called passion, which is so timely with what we're talking about today, right? Because we're in the sacral, like I said, and today we're going to talk about foods and essential oils that can help assist us in balancing those chakras. Grand Rising, my beautiful sister, Miss Karen in the house. I'm so glad you're here. We're not in colors today. And actually, it's kind of hard to tell, but thank you for calling me out. Karen's like, where's your orange for this chakra? You know, it's kind of hard to tell, but this shirt, it really does have kind of a orange too to it. But there it is. Whoops. Sorry, little flash there. But there's my orange underneath too, right? I am supporting myself with the orange. So thank you, Miss Karen. Using the colors, right? Today, we're going to, and actually, I'm really excited since you brought that up right now too, Miss Karen. Thank you. Colors, talking about colors, crystals, color therapy. We are going to have a special guest on Thursday. I am super excited. Brother Bear Yona is agreed to come on in the first half of the show here with us and talk about crystals. Talk about what crystals can help support us in that chakra and how they work. Give us a little better idea of things that we can look for when we're out looking for those things to help support us, right? Because now that we understand what the imbalance looks like, we're talking about the tools to bring ourselves back in balance. And so we're going to learn more about that on Thursday. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about meditation. And we actually have a small little exercise I'm going to do with you guys. If you're open and willing and would like to participate, you are open and welcome to. Make sure you have a pen and paper with you handy tomorrow morning when you come. Because like I said, we're going to do a small little 5-minute, just a little breathing exercise. And I'm going to ask a few questions that you guys can kind of get in touch with your your sacral chakra, and ask a few questions, just to kind of help bring some light to you, some things you may not have thought of. Just like this is that digging deep and getting to know ourselves, mastering our own energy. Okay. So we're going to have that available tomorrow. Today, like I said, we are getting into the foods, and things that we can put into our body, in, on, and around our bodies to help bring us back in balance. It really doesn't have to be as complicated as we might like to think it is when we understand there's an imbalance. Simply diet. Diet is one of the most amazing, and intention. Diet and intention are absolutely amazing tools that we have. So some of the foods that we can use. Miss Kitty, Teddy, and the doggies are all doing fine. The garden is doing excellent. I'm going to be doing some harvesting later on this week and going to be making some salsa. So thank you for asking. And I have lots of root vegetables growing in there that I'm going to be harvesting. So speaking of foods, if you have a fresh garden, or I don't know why I'm getting dinged. I just got dinged from. So guys, if you have trouble in Facebook land watching me, you can always cruise over to the YouTube channel. I don't seem to have issues over there with the flow. Like, subscribe over there, check it out, because for some reason Facebook has a lot of funky issues with their stuff. You know, we love them though, because we're grateful to be here, right? Okay, so foods that are good for the sacral are going to be things that are rich in healthy fats, very nourishing. Okay, we want the things that are healthy fats. Sometimes we get in our heads that just any fats are no good, but we do need healthy, good fats in us. It's part of what we need to function, right? Hello, good morning, Miss Haley. I'm so glad you're here, beautiful. Ha 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 ha. Kelly Jones, I love you, asked about that before we get into this. The full moon hangover. Miss Kelly just asked, who else has the full moon hangover? I have definitely been feeling the energy of this. And let me tell you, last night, my dream world was amazing. I was hanging out and doing some work in the ethers, in the astral realms. And it was awesome. It was so awesome. So anybody else feeling this full moon stuff? Anyone? I love it now. Now that I've learned to harness this energy, man, it's like riding the waves, right? It's this stuff's fun. I love it. I love it. Hangover part though, yeah, I think for me that was yesterday. Today I woke up more refreshed and like, whoo, I'm good. This is it. I'm bounced back. So okay. So we're going to get into the foods again. Healthy foods, healthy fats that are very nourishing for us. So fish, guys, if you are a fish eater, the healthy, good fish, fresh, clean sources. Again, another reason it's super important that we have clean water sources, right? So it is about, right, the vibration of what we're putting in. So it's not just any old thing. Make sure you're really feeling the energy, knowing where it's coming from, that it's a fresh, good source, right? Seeds and nuts. Seeds and nuts are excellent sources for the sacral to help support. Flaxseed, especially poppy seeds, sesame seeds, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds are super, super beneficial, which really makes sense, especially the sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, right? Both of them across the board. Like they're so combo of the root, sacral, solar plex, that whole energy there would be very, very beneficial. The vibration that they carry. Think about a sunflower as like it's literally absorbing all of that sun nutrition, all that vitamin D, all that goody stuff, the pumpkins, they're absorbing not only from the top, the sun, all that goodness, but up from the roots too, like closer, right? So that medium part is excellent for us. Orange foods, carrots, sweet potatoes, peaches, apricots, mangoes, papayas, pumpkins themselves, mandarins. These are all foods that are super beneficial to our energy field, our source spot. So, source. That didn't come out. That sounded wrong on there. I heard it. Today, this is what I have. Mandarins, and blueberries, right? Some people do have issues, Michelle, with the seeds and the nuts. That's understandable. But there are definitely other ways that you can get that. Now, if it's not an allergic reaction and it's the seed itself, because I understand some people have digestive issues and we're told not to eat seeds. Not going against that ever, right? But ways that you could still do that is there are like pumpkin seed spreads and sunflower seed spreads. There are some other ways that we can get the nutrition if it's blended and brought down to where we can digest it differently. That would be a way to absorb it. If you're allergic to it altogether, then of course not. Stay away from that, but we could still eat the pumpkin, right? Might not be able to eat the seeds, but having the pumpkin part of it definitely could still absorb, get the goodies from that. I love it. Karen says she saw a cartoon with a full moon saying, "Why does everybody blame me?" It's so true, Karen, right? It's so true. And I love because this morning Brother Bear was talking, he talks about every day the energy of the full moon. And of course, right now we are still in the phase of the full moon where we're doing the releasing, we're letting go. So using this energy right now is important, especially we just got done doing that root in the chakra, doing the chakra work in our root, right? Revealing a lot of patterns. Like a lot of us had some shifts last week from that. This is the time to let this go, especially we're moving into the emotion now, what we learned yesterday, right? Our sacral chakra is all about flow. Being in that flow. It's emotion, it's fluid, it's water, it's connected to the moon. So it's perfect timing as we are experiencing these energies. Those of us that are having these emotions around the moon and we are feeling it and we're understanding we're feeling it. This is the chakra where we go to and say, okay, I know I need some extra support in this area, my place of emotion. Even yesterday, we talked about the symbol of the sacral chakra has the moon in it itself, right? It's representation of the moon. The petals represent the moon in the different phases of the moon, right? So this is definitely, you guys are so on target with mastering your energy. And I love how it always is divinely on time. Spirit has this laid out. I don't plan this out this way, guys. I promise you. If I did try to plan this stuff out this way, it just wouldn't fall into place the way it does because I'm human and the human error would fall into place there. Not saying I'm not, I still have human error fall into place, but it amazes me how spirit always, like, right, even with our food for thought, it always goes into alignment with what we're talking about. These food, I'm guided to start this chakra work, and here we are falling into the full moon right when we're in this chakra. It's perfect timing, divine timing, if we learn to read the energy and use it. That's what we're talking about on here. So, right, Miss Kelly? Kelly's like, yeah, look at how much she got from the root. I mean, Miss Kelly Jones, and I love she gave me permission to share this, so I'm not, I don't do that otherwise, but I have permission that, last week she got a major download. She had a major shift in her vibrational frequency in her root chakra. And the reason she had that happen was, one, she set the intention to learn about her root and to master her energy and to dive in there deep and to be open to seeing new patterns, to seeing new things happening. Just by setting that intention and stepping back, boom, she got it. And she got it. She got a divine 2x4, spiritual awakening. Like, she emailed me even so excited. You can feel her energy, the shift of, boom, there's a whole new understanding of what her purpose is here. She is here to heal and to shift this old belief system, to shift these old patterns, to look and master her energy, understanding that as she's doing that, she is changing ancestral lineage. This is her legacy. This is what she's here to do. These are big shifts. So that's why we talk about these, using these tools. These were tools that she used along the way to get to that, right? So I get sidetracked because I'm so excited for you. Flow with the full Haley's all, don't gotta tell me twice. Flow with the full moon. Right? Grand rising, my beautiful sister Kelly, my other sister Kelly. I love all the Kellys in the house. Okay, guys, so Foods is all the orange foods, of course, like we just said. Sweet potatoes, the pumpkin, apricots, peaches, mangoes, which is perfect because this is all the time of year as well. I love that. Like everything's really, this is when everything's ripe and harvesting, and it's just perfect, divine timing. Some essential oils. The reason we use essential oils, just a little recap, right? Herbs, teas, essential oils, organic foods. These are all nourishment. These are all sources from Great Spirit, from the earth, from Mama Earth, right? From our root where we learned our main connection is. These are the gifts from her to us to assist our energy fields. These plants and herbs, different plants and herbs, the reason they are beneficial for our energy field in that area is because it's vibration and frequency. Just like Nikola Tesla taught us, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, start thinking in frequency, vibration, and energy. When we start shifting and seeing that everything is at that, that's how we bring it into balance. That's why these foods work, because these particular foods are vibrating at a certain frequency so that when we do ingest them and put them in, on, or around our environment, because our energy fields are very large, much larger than this little vessel, right? When we put these things in, on, around, it brings that frequency into our field, which literally starts to bring our body into alignment with that frequency, the frequency we're surrounded by. That's why it's important if we eat a bunch of processed dead food, if you're putting just a bunch of dead food in your body all day long, how charged do you think your energy fields really could possibly be? No matter what your intention is. I mean, you can still have positive attitude, positive intention, surround yourself with crystals, all this, but if you're putting a bunch of junk in, no life within you, no real source, kind of disservice, right? So it's important to look at that energies we're putting in. So essential oils are the same thing. The cool thing about an essential oil is if it's an authentic, pure essential oil, which means it has not been tampered with at all. It has naturally been stripped, naturally taken away, extracted. That's the word I'm looking for. It has been naturally extracted without any solvents, things like that, to help pull it out or to produce more. When it's in its natural form, then we are at that plant's best, highest frequency. It's the lifeblood of the plant. And it just a tiny, then we just one little tiny drop literally can do huge things in our environment, in our frequency field. So patchouli, ylang-ylang, bergamot, sandalwood, jasmine, orange, and rose are all super high frequency. These are the frequency oils that would help bring alignment, the sacral. Today I have rosehip tea, hibiscus in here, right? It has some orange in it. So I'm drinking my tea, I'm supporting my sacral with the tea I'm drinking today. I'm supporting my sacral with the breakfast I'm having with some mandarin oranges. And then for me, and then I love this because this is literally my favorite oil that Young Living has. It's a blend that they have called Joy. It's literally called Joy. And it's one of the oils that when I love using this on people who are skeptical of essential oils. My brother was the one that taught me, like, this was my favorite because, and he still to this day tries it when I see him anytime I'm around because I always have this oil on me. But this is the oil, I promise you, if I rub this on your heart, you can't help but get a smile on your face. Like if you take, I don't even have to, you take one drop, just rub it on your heart and your heart center. And instantly it puts a smile on your face. I have yet to find one person still. Anybody willing to take the challenge? I'll even mail it to you. Like send me message me your address. I'll send you a little sample. You can check it out. I'm telling you, that's how amazing these frequencies are, right? Because it's about the frequency and it's coming into your field. And no matter what you do to try to resist it, like it's going to affect you. It just is. My little brother, he's 30 something now, but for the past 6 years, 7 years since I've been using this oil, every time, like I said, I come around him, he constantly is like, let's give it a try. And I mean, he'll try. He is I'm hard, but I'm not smiling. You can't make me. There ain't no way. It's no, I mean, he is like locked in. He is really determined to do this. Telling you one drop, and he's like, it cracks. He cracks like instant. I really need to do a video on it. Actually, you guys would get a kick out of it. But to me, it's a testimony of how powerful these tools are if we learn to use them. So just imagine if you're having a really rough day, if you're having a really emotional time, especially in this chakra, right? You're having this emotional time. How one little tiny drop, a little roller ball that you carry around in your bag or your satchel or your side, where, you know, whatever, girls and boys, men and women, we can all do this, right? Carry that around. One little drop of something just rolled onto our little energy. Some of our energy centers can help us bring in alignment, right? Bring it on. I love it, Karen. Absolutely. It's on. We'll do it. We will do it. You guys message me, and I will send you a little dropper. Send me your address. I'll get them together and send them out for you guys. I would love to do the challenge, but you must, here's my rule. Okay. Here's my rule. If I send you a sample of this oil, you must, yes, and it says safe for animals, sweetheart, 100%. I'm surrounded by animals. Everything in it is safe. It's good. Yeah. I'm very careful about that with my animals, everything I use around my animals. So, if you choose to try a sample, my only requirement is if I send it to you, you must record yourself trying it out the first time. You have to record it and see. I want to see. I would love to see somebody. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just so funny looking that they can't help but smile at me when I try it. I don't know. Maybe that's possible. But so far, in my experience, everyone has gotten a smile. Can't help it. Just can't help myself. Yes. All right, guys. So before we move on to our food for thought, we have 5 more minutes today too. Yay! Because I wanted to do a little first off, today the spiritual law that we're talking about is forgiveness. So it's always in alignment. I love this, right? Forgiveness. Sacral chakra, this is the place of emotion. This is really where, again, there's a lot of forgiveness work that can be done and allow the flow of this emotion to release, to let go. Because what do we know about forgiveness? If we're holding on to something and not offering forgiveness to that situation, right? Who are we? It's like us drinking poison and expecting the other person to feel the results. We're harming ourselves by holding on to any of these emotions that aren't serving us, that feel yucky, that are no good. And forgiving people, places, or things, and ourselves, okay? Because that's across the board, forgiveness everywhere, across the board. Doesn't mean that we say that it was okay, whatever happened, or that it has to happen again. But releasing, like we learned yesterday, right? In order to have healthy relationships and healthy boundaries, we have to have a healthy chakra system, a healthy sacral. A healthy sacral gives us that ability to stand firm in our own boundaries, right? And not repress and hold down. It's to be able to have a healthy, loving, a self-love relationship with ourselves, to be able to set these healthy boundaries. And forgiveness is part of that, us in there. So even in forgiving ourselves, if there's things there, we all have things in our past. I don't know a person on this planet. I don't. As an adult, I'm sure there's some children out there still that are good. But adult wise, that hasn't done something in our past that we went, oh man, that was definitely the wrong choice. That was the wrong choice. And when we feel guilt and we feel bad, that's our inner knowing that like, that wasn't the right choice for me, right? That doesn't make us bad people. That's our radar. That's our signal. So that doesn't mean we have to hold on to that feeling. and judge ourselves and hold on to that we are, that's us drinking the poison, right? We can let it go and say, I learned my lesson from that. I learned a lesson, not my lesson. I learned a lesson. I have evolved. I understand now that that is not a choice that works for me. I no longer have to be that person. We are not bound by our past. Our past does not get to write our future. We write the future, and it only writes our future if we hold on to it and we dragging it along. That's the only way our past comes with us into the future. Only way it can get there is if we tote it as luggage, as baggage. That's it. Otherwise, it's there. It's back here. It can stay there. But we got to cut those ties. We got to let go of that junk. Let it go. Okay? Let it go. Ireland in the house. Hello. Welcome. It's so awesome to have you here. Okay. Let me reread this. This is why I love you. Oh, I love you too, Polly. Absolutely. I'm all about, eventually I'll get to teach you guys about the toxic free class. I teach a whole class on how to remove the toxic chemicals in our household that are bad for us and our animals. It's amazing, even the things that they expect us to put in on and around our animals, guys. Yeah, that we shouldn't be. And then we're touching and feel, some of those like flea and tick repellent spray thing, they're toxic poison we're putting on our animals, and then we love on our animals, and there's lots of things that we shouldn't be doing that with. So absolutely. You are fading in and out. Oh, it's probably me walking away from my computer, and it's probably, let me check my sound thing, hang on. I don't think it's connected. My sound is not connected. Is that better? Okay. Going through forgiveness right now. I released what no longer serves me, and now she is reaching out. And now what? Bam. Well, here it goes. Exactly. Here it goes. So that's the thing, right? This is where when we release and we let go, we get to set the boundaries. Now we get to set the boundaries. We don't have to, and we don't have to do it. It's by our example. We set boundaries by our example of how we treat ourselves, you guys. If you want to understand how to set a healthy boundary, we teach people how to treat us by the way we treat ourselves. Period. Okay? So, when we've released and let go of these old patterns, these old behaviors, if these things start to come back up, okay, so now if somebody's coming back into our relationship, somebody's coming back into our field that we've released, we've gone through all of this process, we don't want to start that pattern again, right? We don't want that pattern to come back, because that's what happens when we release stuff. If we're not careful, we will bring right back in what we just let go of. So how do you change that? It's by how we treat ourselves. This is where we learn healthy boundaries. How do you treat yourself? And you have to treat yourself that way with everyone. You have to almost safeguard yourself, be your own bodyguard for a little bit, no, like, you come first. You look at what is healthy and best for you, how you treat yourself, how you respect yourself. These are how you're going to set those boundaries. You'll know, you'll intuitively know, you will, how you do it with yourself. I love it, Kelly. She's all, I have many boundaries set. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. And remember, here's the kicker too. I love this, right? Because sometimes we let go of things and again, things do come back up, right? So sometimes what are these? These are our clues again, because everybody, and especially our kids, I got 3 kiddos here on this planet with me right now too. And let me tell you, if I need a best mirror on the planet compared to anything else in the whole world, they are they are my reflection to a core, right? And so for me, anytime I have triggers with my kiddos, anytime I see things out there that I want to fix in them, and God bless them, they were, for so many years, I did so much to fix them. I see now the shift for me is right. I can't do it now. They're grown. They're on the, I can't, there's nothing. I've done all I could do for all I could. I controlled the best I could for as long as I could until I had to surrender and understand that they're having their experience. Right. And now, like, right, I get it. They're my mirror. They are my mirror. They are, anytime I see something out there within them, it's a very clear reflection of something I get to work on within me. That, yeah, it's always signs. Always. These are tools. It's all tools, right? My daughter too. I have boundaries. Okay. Baby steps. I will not allow the past to enter again. I don't live there. Absolutely. We don't live there and we ain't bringing it. We left that bag behind. We're not dragging that bag forward, right? Haley, I love it. 3-year-olds don't count. Yes, they do. And let me tell you what, sweetheart, that right there, you just said it. You just said it right there in your own words. My 3-year-old don't listen. Doesn't listen. So, sweetheart, when was the last time you sat with your inner child? Have you listened to your inner child recently? When was the last time you went on a play date with your inner child? Oh, she's a reflection of you, I promise. In all the beautiful, amazing ways, because of course at 3 we're supposed to be that way, right? Of course at 3 we're not. We're exploring and doing our own thing, but she definitely, the reason that is a attention getter for you particularly is because that is a sign. That's a tool. Now take it. If it resonates with you, that's great. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine too. I'm not saying it has to, but for me, what I'm picking up from that is like, that could definitely be a tool of an inner child. Little Haley, right? We all have an inner child too. We all do. Inner child saying, hey, you never listened to me. You never listened to me. I want to play. You never let me stick my fingers in the paint anymore. You never put your hands in the clay. You never, you don't. Just saying. She's your little spitfire, and so are you. Exactly. She's a little image of you. She's your mirror. She's your mirror more than we get. Like, that's what I mean. Even in our littlest, the littlest of the littles that are around us. The most weird coincidences that happen to us, the most bizarre things that are like, what the heck? These are all clues. They really are. We are like in a giant clue. What would it, like a big game of Clue? We're in a giant game of Clue. Who did it? What? When? Where? Are you picking up all the clues? So, like little detectives. So, all right, guys. Before we go into the food for thought, now I've got a little bit over with that. Hey, you never listen to me anymore. Exactly what my spirit is showing right now. They're like, I like. I love it. I love you're so in tune with your team. Her team is like, hey, exactly. Hello. Pay attention. Listen up. We like this girl. She's talking to you. Listen up. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you for sharing. I tell my daughter this all the time about my granddaughter. Absolutely. And our granddaughters. Y'all, if you haven't had a chance, I'll repost it on the Facebook, on my TikTok. If you're over on TikTok, check it out. I did a side-by-side picture of me and my granddaughter. My granddaughter's going to be turning 11 this next month, September. Blows my mind. She's that age. She's almost as tall as me now. She's almost like, she'll be there by the time she is 11, probably as quick as she's growing. And we did side-by-side pictures. And then my friend Kelly Partridge on here, beautiful, amazing, intuitive artist, Miss Kelly Partridge, took the two pictures and melded them together to where half of it's her and half of it's me. And she's my little twin. She is my little twin. Like, it is mind-boggling, which I crack up because I said the whole time her mama was pregnant with her, like, she's going to come out looking just like her grandma. Just an FYI, she's going to be just like me. She's my little mini me. I'm letting you know right now. And it's crazy because I have conversations with her that the words coming out of her mouth are the exact words that came out of my mouth, but I was having the conversation with my grandmother. And so like it's almost like a deja vu, but I was there. I remember the conversations with my grandma, and her and I, it's just like we're having these exact same conversations. It is so mind-blowing how energy patterns, ancestral, talk about some ancestral roots that girl's got in there, right? In her DNA. Woo, crazy stuff. It blows my mind. So, before we get into our food for thought and all the forgiveness, we just talked about all the forgiveness. I just wanted us to take a few minutes. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to move into meditation. We're going to do a short meditation. But I just wanted us all to practice for just a moment. If you're not driving, then you can do this. If you're driving, then please don't get too into this. I want you to pay attention to your surroundings, but you can still do the breathing. And I just want us to take some deep breaths in. Some deep breath in and release. And on your next breath, really just imagine that you're breathing in from your legs, from your feet, like your very feet themselves are taking in a deep breath. You're feeling that oxygen come all the way down into those legs. Release. The next breath, just feel that oxygen come on down, bring it in and out. Feeling it all the way down into our hips. Okay, release. And with each breath, we're just going to go through our chakras and set the intention to clear, cleanse, and activate that chakra. We're going to breathe in with the intention of that oxygen hitting our root chakra, going all the way down. Clear, cleanse, activate. Breathe out, releasing. We're going to breathe that breath in again, coming all the way into our sacral. Clear, cleanse, activate. Breath out, we're going to release. And we're going to breathe in to our solar plexus. Clear, cleanse, activate, release. Breathe in to the heart chakra. Clear, cleanse, activate, release. Breathe into our throat chakra. Clear, cleanse, activate, release. Breathe in to the third eye. Clear, cleanse, activate, release. Breathe in to the crown. Clear, cleanse, activate, release. A couple of more deep breaths, setting the intention and saying out loud, just for today, I will be grateful. Just for today, I will be honest. Just for today, I will be kind. And release. I just want you to feel how just taking that, what was that? Maybe a minute. I didn't pay attention. Let me, sorry guys, we have this is why I'm working on getting you guys, Miss Kelly, my moderators taken care of. We have a troll on here. So take care of that. Been blocked and there. Okay. Take care of that. Yes, my granddaughter and my mini me. My daughter tells her that all the time. I love it. I love it, right? Our kids get to raise us. It's kind of interesting how we bounce back and forth with all of that. I think it's very interesting because my dad passed away 8-9 years ago now. My sister, my nephew is only, what is he now, 3? And he looks just like my dad. He has the grin just like my dad. He literally, his personality traits are just amazing like my dad. And it's just so funny to me how, again, it's like my sister's raising my dad now rather than him raising her. It just cracks me up. It's I see the cycle. I see the cycles. It's beautiful. All right, guys, we are moving into our food for thought. I hope you saw my comments. Let me see. Hang on, Miss Kelly. I saw my reflection in her. That was my own self that I did not like about me. Yes, I love that. I learned through forgiveness to forgive myself for allowing me to be in the situation. And now I will be me. Yeah. So again, I love you bringing that up, Kelly, right? It's the forgiveness, the self-forgiveness of forgiving ourselves for the situation, recognizing that, yeah, I recognize that part of me, like even the things we see in people we don't like, it definitely is a reflection of us. And it's okay. That's something then it's saying, okay, that's something in me that I'm not liking. Let's go in and deal with this so that we can do this forgiveness work around it. Let it go so that we don't bring it into the future. We want to drop this stuff, right? Drop the rock. Um, that's right, Miss Kelly. We're sending the troll away with the flaming arrow of love, knowing that everywhere you go, you will touch everybody with that with the contagious love, light, joy, peace, beauty, power, peace. So it is. Okay. Thank you, Miss Karen. Absolutely. So, Miss Karen reminding us with the breathing to remember to breathe down into the earth, to be grounded, connected as well, right? I just want us to practice with this breath, just practicing breathing the breathing, breathing the breathing, breathing the breathing, bringing the breathing, bringing the breath into the body, that connection, like Miss Karen brought up, right? Our connection to our body, the connection to the breath, the body, connecting the body to the earth, right? Really starting to recognize, and really, you guys, just setting the intention. If we did that every morning, that little small exercise that we just did, I challenge you guys, okay, to every morning when you first wake up, take 60 seconds, maybe 120, maybe 2 minutes, right? Maybe 3 minutes, maybe. I don't know, maybe a whole three. But allow yourself to sit or stand with your feet on the ground. Get centered, get those hips centered, get yourself centered, get your breath centered, get your posture centered. And set the intention to breathe. And set the intention to walk through the breath of each one. That's all you have to do is just set the intention to clear, cleanse, and activate that area. That's chakra. Practice that every morning. See how you feel. Practice it one morning, pay attention to how you feel, and then don't practice it the next and see how your day goes. See if you start to notice a difference. Maybe you won't. I don't know. This might not be a tool for you. Seems to work for quite a few people in the world, but maybe it's not for you. I don't know. But you can give it a try. And if it doesn't work, you can have all of your energy back for free. Still be there. It's up to you. All right. So we're going to move into the food for thought. I like to share with you guys, to quote Wayne Dyer, we change our thought, we change our life. Right. And we are learning that. Miss Kelly pointed that out so beautifully from the aha, right? The last week she was doing meditation. She was thinking about old thought processes, old belief systems. And when she could come back and see things from a new perspective, changing that thinking started changing. And she had to set the intention first. Changing her thought was going into these roots, changing the thought to step back and get a new perspective. Being willing to get a new perspective was shifting that thought process within her to bring her around, right? To change our life. So that's how it works for all of us. Ashley Matthews in the house. Good morning, sister. I am so grateful to have you here. It's been a while. Oh, I love it. We have been having all kinds of people pop in this week that I haven't seen in a while. It's so wonderful. Chosen family. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, guys. So I share with you guys out of the Science of Mind magazine. This is a guide for spiritual living. You can get your own subscription at scienceofmind.com. It's $5 a month. Fabulous tool to have in your house. Every day there are 2 different quotes from either different mystic philosophers, reverends, ministers, and then there's a little food for thought, and then we get a little affirmation. What absolutely blows my mind is somehow, ironically, I don't think there's been a week yet or a day yet that it's always in alignment with our spiritual law that we're talking about as well. And this is what I love, again, how this is all spirit's doing. I couldn't do this if I tried. There's no way I could have known back in, October of last year when I started the morning brew that the everything would be in alignment with the way things line up. I didn't even have the magazines to know that then, right? I only get them once a month ahead anyway. So that are the things to me that I love to see, and I'm always in awe. Part of my prayer to spirit every morning, my spiritual practice is thank you. I love being in awe. I'm constantly like, oh, spirit, I love it. Thank you for leaving me in awe. Oh, I'm in awe again. Because when I see the synchronicities, when I start to see and understand the universe and the energy and reading it and just seeing how amazing it is that the universe really is conspiring constantly for us. And the only time we're getting resistance, if there's resistance to what's happening in our world, it's from us. We're getting resistance. It's not us. It's not the universe conspiring against us. It's us conspiring against us and blocking the universe from trying to help us. Every time, guaranteed, because it is always conspiring for our highest and best good. Always. But we have to be open to see it, to understand that. And this is one of the ways for me that I see that, because it always comes in alignment. I love it, Miss Kelly. I'm going to share. Hang on. I know my spirit has calmed me down and make it today. I still have to catch up with you a bit for that reading. Yes, we do. We absolutely do. And if you're available today, after the show, even right after the show, or if you want me to just email it over to you, I can do that too. Or like send it in Messenger. I can work on it today right after. Or if you want to talk, we can talk. You just let me know which one. Okay. So Miss Kelly, though, I want to go back to Kelly. Last week, you guys, when we got into this root chakra stuff, these ahas, before she had that big breakthrough, okay, before the email on, I think it was Sunday you emailed me. So literally the last day of the week, right before we moved into the sacral, she had an aha, right? She said her intention in the beginning to work through this. She said, yeah, when I started the root chakra, I said, I don't know if I can do it, but I did it. And now I feel so much better. Right. So she didn't know, but see, I love, again, spirit is always divinely conspiring just for us. So spirits bring in just the right information every day for us to get a little bit more, chew on that, do a little shift, get a little more, chew on it, shift, till boom. Okay. You felt like a divine 2x4, right? But really you were building up to that. You were building up to that. Totally. Right? It's where you were ready. You were now ready. You did the clearing, the cleansing, the house cleaning. Boop. Okay. Now we're cleared that away, letting it go. Right? So you can do this. We can do this. So today, Tuesday, August the 24th, judge not. Our first quote comes from Stephen Covey. We judge ourselves by our intentions and others by their actions. Oh, bam. Wow. We're moving into forgiveness. Have you thought about that? Wow. We judge ourselves by intentions and others by their actions. So, Ernest Holmes quotes, "The song of hate must be laid down if we are to sing a hymn of praise. We must let go of any sense of separation from good if we are to become conscious of union with God." So this is part of, right, in order, we have to clear out any form of hatred that we're holding on to within us. Talk about divine on point with this, right? We have to let this stuff go. It is crucial for us. Judgment wreaks havoc on our judgment. It can cause us to make bad decisions, which may be unfair, or say things we may regret. Anyone who has been unfairly judged knows how bad it feels. People who have been hurt by judgments are often the kindest people in the world. We are responsible for the quality of our lives. Oftentimes, it's easier to blame than to take responsibility. Taking responsibility, however, is empowering. When we blame, we can't change what is happening because we give up our power. When we take responsibility, we take charge of our lives. Richard Bach writes, every person, all the events of your life are there because you have drawn them there. What you choose to do with them is up to you. In their book, The Fifth Agreement, Don Miguel Ruiz and Don Jose Ruiz asks us to examine the judgments we have about ourselves and to remember those judgments are all opinions, representing a point of view. The real question is, are they true? Each of us is what we believe. Ask yourself what you believe you are. What do you believe is creating your story? The truth is that a real you is unique. As Mahatma Gandhi wrote, your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your action. Your action becomes your habit. Your habit becomes your character. Your character becomes your destiny. I'm going to reread that last part because, wow, right? Your beliefs, that's what we're talking about, right? When we change our thoughts, we got to look at these. When we change these stuff, we start to change this. We change our beliefs. When we examine our beliefs, become your thoughts. Your thoughts become your words. Your words become your action. Your action becomes your habit. Your habit becomes your character. And your character becomes your destiny. You know, guys, it is so important. Our thoughts, our beliefs. I'm going to share with you for a minute because, and this is no judgment on anybody else. This was on myself. This was a experience I had over the weekend. I'm very careful at what I watch on TV now because I don't get entertainment out of a lot of the things that are on TV. I just don't. I don't get it. And I picked a movie to watch thinking it was going to be something that it wasn't. And there was a lot of things happening. There was murdering and killing and shoot 'em ups and all, like, boom, you know. And I was watching it for, you know, maybe the first 30 minutes. And then all of a sudden it just dawned on me, like, what the hell am I even, like, why? Like, this is not even the type of things, this isn't entertaining to me, and I don't want to find this entertaining. I wanted to, like, I changed my thought process a long time ago on looking, like, being desensitized. I'm not desensitized to people being murdered as entertainment any longer, but I used to be a long time ago. I would used to watch that kind of stuff and just surround that stuff around me and not understand how it was making me feel. And as I was sitting there unconsciously kind of having it on, watching it into it a little bit, but like I'm feeling yucky. I was feeling like, ugh. And then all this, like, again, all of a sudden it took me about 30 minutes into the movie. I'd like to say that right away it hit me, but it hit me that this is an old belief. This is an old pattern of mine, right? Because I'm desensitized to it. This is the normal thing. This is what the whole world's exposed to all the time. This is just what we do, right? This is entertainment. but that's not for me, but it doesn't work for me. That doesn't make me feel good. The thoughts, the beliefs, all of that, right? So changing our thought, right? But I had to change my thought pattern to even understand. Like that, I have to go way back to when I started doing this, my spiritual awakening and the very beginning, and changing the thought pattern, understanding that was the first thing that triggered in me way back then, was that when I looked around, all I could get surrounding myself was negativity. Even in the things that are supposed to be entertaining was feeding the negative, feeding the very source of the thing I did not want to create in my life. So I had to change my thought pattern around that. That's where my dream and prayers came into, plugging into a place that's positive all the time, where people can come and get positive energy, right? To receive positive information, right? That's my goal in life now, right? So I had to change that whole thinking, the whole process. So I don't know why it brought me to that, but it just, that's about, looking at our beliefs, our thoughts, again, that doesn't resonate with me anymore. So now it's my action. So what was my action? Instead of sitting through that, and there's another person that was watching it with me that was in there, I don't have to change. I don't have to make a big deal. I just got up and left. I'm going to go do something else. I don't want to participate in this. When it was asked why, I state my beliefs and what it is, but I go do my own thing, right? That's me setting my own boundaries, staying in my own world, doing my own thing, minding my own energy. Not anybody can do it their own. It's not up to me how it does with affects anybody else, but I know what's affecting me, how it's affecting me, and what I choose to allow into my realm. And those are things I don't let in anymore. I get to choose that. I get that choice. I let only love, light, positive, good energy in. And I don't let things that are fear-based at all, even disguised as entertaining, into my world. Even though it can be sneaky. It can be sneaky. Right? So, our affirmation for the day. Today, I release all judgments. I remember we are all God, expressing and doing the best we can. I allow the peace and love and spirit to flow forth in all I say and do. So I'm going to repeat it for those in the back. Today, I release all judgments. I remember we are all God, expressing and doing the best we can. I allow the peace and love of spirit to flow forth in all I say and do. Boom. Thank you for those follows over there. Thank you, guys. All right. So, we are at 9:30 already. Wow. I'm over, guys. I'm over. Sorry. You know me. Sorry, not sorry. Not really. I'm letting it flow. All right. We're going to pull cards. We're moving into our spiritual mind, body, and soul. We feed ourselves mind, body, spirit. We're talking about forgiveness today. If that didn't nail it home for us, the angels, let's see what the angels have for us today out of the Angel Tarot deck. We're talking about forgiveness. Two cards are coming up. So the first card coming up from the unicorns. Okay. The unicorns are coming out. This is all about our thoughts. the air, right? Air card coming in. It's about our thought process, right? This is saying that some of us, we understand this is a collective group reading, that many of us have been carrying sadness, regret, anger, resentment. We're carrying this around, in that sacral chakra, where that place of emotion, where a lot of us have been taught and learned to stuff the stuff we don't want to deal with. This is an area we stuff it in. This is a place where we hold on to a lot of that regret energy, anger, We don't want to do that anymore, right? This is the letting go of it. So literally it's saying there's a need to forgive yourself and others. We're talking about forgiveness. Spirit, once again, wants to make sure we get it real clear that this is the thing that can help us, right? This is the magical key. This is the key that unlocks that baggage that we're carrying forward with us from the past, that we're drudging along. Free yourself. This is the key to freedom. This is your key to freedom. Forgiveness. Do this forgiveness work. I can talk today. I'm telling you, I can. Is Mercury like heading in retrograde right now or something? I don't know. Right? Butterflies? Wow, right? So literally forgiveness. And then why is this so important, right? Because this is where a new relationship begins. This is where your personal, we talked about this in the beginning, right? Being your own, setting those boundaries, that self-love. This is where that healing work begins. This is where the magic happens in that. This is where you're going to be able to set down the baggage and have a new relationship with yourself. Your hands will be free. The inner child, having some inner child, playing with that inner child, listening to our inner child. This is the new relationship that can be formed. A lot of us, we're talking inner child, have a lot of work around inner child work that we don't even want to deal with. We're like, absolutely. I'll tell you guys, I promise when I started this, I was like, you couldn't pay me to be a kid again. I didn't want to go back to there. I didn't enjoy the first time around, particularly in my mind at the time, right? I said I'd be darned if I wanted to go back and do it again. It was a rough ride. But doing forgiveness work, being willing to do the forgiveness work, being willing to open up, being able to go back and take a look at that, I'm now able to have a relationship with that little girl that I was not willing to even give the time of day and look at again. I was ready to just leave her behind and pretend she never existed because she had a rough time. She had a rough time. I didn't want to deal with that. But now, right, this is a new relationship, whole new relationship I have with that little girl. That inner me, that little girl that I wanted to leave behind. I don't want to leave her behind. I want to leave the baggage and the junk behind. She's coming with me. We're along for the ride. We're soulmates. We can't leave each other behind. But we can leave the junk and the new, we can have a new relationship, a new understanding by doing this work, right? This is what it's about. Literally, it's talking about new relationships, a new person in your life. That's you. It's talking about you literally bringing yourself into a new, like how many times, if you look back, right, we're a new person every day. We really are. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. You're not the same person you were yesterday. None of us are. We're not. Something along the way has shifted us a little bit. Guaranteed, right? So we're a new person, this new relationship. This is a new beginning, new phase. And I love that it's the orange background there too. I'm going to hold that up. These dolphins. Got the dolphins, the angel back there with the water. Here we are, the page of water, the emotion, the release. So, water's all about the moon energy, the releasing, the same thing we talked about in the beginning. I love how literally the cards, as always, I'm in awe. Spirit, right? Giving us the exact same message that we've gotten, talking about the chakra, going into our food for thought, now going into our spiritual, looking through the oracles, right? Through the cards, the same message, 3 different ways. Tell me that is not the universe conspiring for you and for you and for me simultaneously right here and right now. You can try to tell me it. I wouldn't believe it. Nope. Can't make this up. All right, guys, that is that. We are good. We are done. I know I'm a little bit over. I do apologize for going a little over. I do try to honor everybody's time. We do set aside just an hour. So thank you for staying with me a little bit longer. Make sure you are back here tomorrow, same time, same channel. We're going to talk about meditation, the benefits of that, breathing exercise, and we are going to dig in tomorrow. Bring a pad and paper. I have a short little exercise I'm going to do with you guys if you're open and would like to. If you're driving or in a work situation or something and you can't do it, you can always come back later and participate and re-listen afterwards on either the YouTube or the Facebook channel. The YouTube channel or Facebook. But it'll be just a nice little kind of digging in, eye-opening little exercise to help you get to know yourself a little bit better and know your sacral chakra a little bit better, and maybe give some clues and where you're at with it. And on Thursday, we're going to have Brother Bear Yona in the house from the Native Prince Crystal Healing family. He is going to talk to us about the crystals and rocks and energies that can assist us with our sacral, letting us know where we can get some. He's the vendor I trust and send everyone to when it comes for all of our crystal needs. If you're not able to go out locally and really feel and get your hands on and you're needing to purchase over the internet, he is the place to go for sure. So he'll be on Thursday, so make sure you're here for that. And then Friday is question answers and experiences. If you have had an experience along the way, email me, send me a message on any of the platforms. Let me know. You can even come on live and share with everybody if you want, or you can pass it on and I will share. But it's a great place, space, and time just to build and elevate and kind of, like Miss Kelly sharing her experience. When we see those in our group doing this work and we share with how we're doing it, we can relate. We can see, like, oh, well, I can relate to that. I kind of go through that too. And okay, well, she did it that way. Well, maybe I could give that a shot, we are one. We don't feel so alone. We're united and we help each other through this. So I love you all. I will see you back here tomorrow morning. FYI, I do have a new commercial over on, let's see, where is it? There it is, to take us out with today, because I am opening up my Reiki space. If you would like some Reiki energy healing, I do have distance or in-person sessions available. If you're local in the area, you can schedule now starting on September 1st. And if you're distance, you can still schedule your appointment and we can do it at a distance. That's the beautiful thing about Reiki, is it travels, it's energy, and it's not bound by space, place, or time, which is a wonderful thing. When we learn to master it, we can really have fun with it. So you can schedule your appointment now. The link is listed. The button is listed right in the comments on the Facebook page, also in the YouTube page. I don't have it listed over here yet, but I'm working on a TikTok, but you can come to Facebook or YouTube, and it is posted in the comments as well. So, and I just reposted it. So you can hit that and book your appointment. Lots of love and light to you all. See you soon. Check this out. Here's my newest commercial. Check it out. Reiki is a Japanese technique for stress reduction and relaxation that also promotes healing. It is based on the idea that the unseen life force energy flows through us and is what causes us to be alive. If one's life force energy is low, then we are more likely to get sick or feel stressed. And if it is high, we are more capable of being happy and healthy. Reiki is a simple, natural, and safe method of healing and self-improvement that anyone can use. It has been effective in helping virtually every known illness, and it always creates a beneficial effect. Reiki works in conjunction with all other medical or therapeutical techniques to relieve side effects and promote recovery. And because Reiki is all about the energy, it can be done at a distance, allowing you to enjoy a nice, relaxing session safely in the comfort of your own home. Schedule your in-person or distance session today. I look forward to working with you soon. Namaste.